So do you guys feel like leading a revolution today? Good. Because what's happening right now is every one of us are part of the biggest revolution in human history. It's the connection revolution. We've been talking about the idea of the Internet of Things and how everything's connected and all these innovations and technology are bringing us all together. Some people think it's way too much. Some people don't think it's enough. But the idea of it isn't about the technology. It's not about what's happening. The core of it is about us. And what I want to talk to you about today is that we have to stop reacting to everything that's coming at us. We need to take a proactive approach, and we need to build a connection to where we're going and to what's happening for us and for each one of us. Like she said, my name's Darren. I've been a ginger for about 39 years. I got a lot of Opie jokes. I got a lot of redheaded stepchild jokes, even in the last couple weeks. But all of that, what taught me, and it just started to build my curiosity and my personal passion for the idea of connection and what that means to us. And throughout my journey in my life, I've continued to ask questions about where that goes and what drives us in connection, in the love and in the relationships that we have, in our quest to be a fan or to be a part of a team or to build something bigger than us or to challenge ourselves or to surround ourselves with people bigger than us. Maybe it's a journey. Maybe it's a quest. Maybe it's something that we're tackling that we never thought we could do with a group of people that we never thought we would meet. And we're tackling something that was so big to us, and when we're done, it didn't seem as big. But there was a connection there that drove us. And sometimes it might just be a kitty. What that connection might be to each of us is different, and it's powerful for each one of us. So as I continue to think, and how can I even start to tell this story, and what am I working on here? I went back to where connection began. And I said, well, what was the first time people started to think about that and started to connect to something in their worlds? I got to cave paintings. I said, wow, that's interesting. It's kind of cute. You're like, wow, look, they got the pictures of little giraffes and things that are in their world. And it came deeper and deeper to be, these are their enemies, their food, the things that they had a connection to, that we as a human race had a connection to thousands of years ago. And then I think, wait, where did that technology go? What tools did they have? Well, they had a few tools to tell this story. They had a few tools to get to the next level and continue to push us forward. And all of the tools that we have today in technology and innovation, and that how we are connected is where that opportunity is. And I said, well, what are we using those for? Wow. There's our opportunity. We're taking a lot of pictures of our food and our pets, and we're really proud of it. And I thought about it, and I was like, wow, so if I think about me looking back at the cavemen and cavewomen and the people of those times, and I think it's kind of cute and cool what they did, whether it's aliens or us looking back on us someday saying, well, what are they doing? They're doing really good in innovation, and they're building technology, and they have passion, and they're working on it. What are they doing with all that? Oh, that's interesting. They're taking a lot of pictures of their food. Okay. Well, bless their hearts. We'll grow with them, and we'll see where that grows and see where it becomes. In 1900, it took us 100 years on planet Earth to double the content that was out there. 100 years to double. So everything that was written, drawn, said, however we were subscribing it and scribing it down and telling our stories, it would take us 100 years for that to double in 1900. IBM is predicting that in the very near future, that's going to double every 12 minutes. Every 12 minutes. We can start to comprehend everything that's out there and all of that content and all those stories and all of that opportunity for us to connect to. The most powerful piece of that, in 0.2 of a second, we can have anything we want. Anything we want, in any language, in any style. And my daughter brings this back up to me and reminds me of this all the time when I get those really tough questions like, Dad, so when the lake freezes over and the creek freezes, like what happens to the fish? Well, that's a pretty darn good question. And then right after that, she says, just Google it, Dad. Just get your phone, get that, So we have this piece of technology in our hand that in 0.2 of a second, we can answer most questions at least start to gain some perspective from them and where they're going. And what I think is so amazing, even when I think back like that 100 years to 12-minute idea, that's me going to the library and Encyclopedia Britannica and figuring out where all these facts are and how to do it. Granted, there was some unique skills in doing that and part of learning, and people are like, we have too much technology. Really? Because my daughter can find answers to anything she wants in 0.2 of a second. That saves weeks and hours and days and how fast we should be moving forward. But instead, right now, we're taking lots of pictures of food and where that's going. And you start to think about this content. It feels, everything that's out there feels like it's just coming at us like a fire hose. Everything. And it used to be the advertisers. Oh, there's so many ads a day and thousands of these and thousands of those. And how do you reach your customers and all this clutter? It's the new rock star on YouTube. It's some guy creating a song and putting it on Pandora and building his own list and reaching out and connecting with people with all these tools. But at the same time, that's just coming at us. And when you take a step back and look at what we are as our race and humans, we're just sitting there going, we're reactive going, oh, I'll look at that one and I'll look at that one. And we are not connected to the opportunity that each of us have. We're not connected to a path that can start to change that. Everybody's still talking about the technology and how cool it is that it's all around us, and is it too much or is it too little? Well, that technology itself has changed a little bit in a really short period of time. I remember when I first started my first job, my boss comes in and he's like, okay, here's where you enter all the clients and all their information, and here's where you put their birthday in. I go, okay, why do we want to know their birthday? Well, so we can connect with them better, so we can send them a note and say we remember and say they're important to us. You know how long ago that seems, when it was probably 8, 10 short years ago? That now, before I go to a meeting, before I go to meet somebody for dinner, we all do it. I'm going to spend 5 or 10 minutes. I'm going to Google them. I'm going to Facebook them. I'm going to look them up on LinkedIn. I'm going to see what they're into, what drives them, what they're working on, how they're contributing to the world, and how they're pushing things forward. Because to me, that 100 years to 12 minutes, what that's going to do, that's going to speed my relationship up with that person 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Like, hey, what are you into? How can I help you? Where are we doing together? I noticed that you're into this. Using the tools around us to start to connect better. If I would have asked you 10 years ago, how many times you think you'd look at your phone every day? Maybe, I don't know, 10, 15. When I take a call, that text message thing's really confusing. I got to hit the L like 4 times to get to the O. It doesn't really work. So I don't do that yet. We're looking at our phones 221 times a day. That was in 2014. A lot of people sit there and go, wow, that's so bad. How crazy is that? What are we doing? And I agree. What are we doing? We're looking at food. What we should be doing is spending our time better pushing forward and pushing our own dreams and our own ideas, whether it's faster retirement or starting that writing career or connecting with somebody about doing my first marathon or giving back in a way. That piece of technology can do every one of those things. It can teach us what happens to fish when it freezes in the lake in the winter. It can give us those answers. But if you look back down on us again, like we are looking back at the cavemen, that's what we're using it for. I don't think it's bad that we're looking at 221 times a day. I think it's bad that we're being reactive to that. And that's what today is about. Today is about the idea that each one of us need to find a path. The connection revolution is the opportunity for each one of us to pick a path and then start to use the technology that we have proactively to visualize that and make it happen. We are all in the middle of it. Every one of us. And it's our idea and it's our opportunity. I'll give you an example. 10 years ago, if I wanted to be the regional vice president of a company, I'd be like, wow, how would I do that? Who would I call, or how could I learn more about that? My boss probably isn't he's going to be freaked out if I leave. Today, probably in under 10 minutes, I could figure out who that person is. Lori works in Denver. I can figure out how to contact her. I could craft a nice email to her and say, I'm really inspired by the career path that you've taken, how quickly you've gotten there, and I'd love it if you'd give me an hour for lunch. I'll fly to Denver and meet with you because it's my goal to have your job in 3 years as you move on. Wow, connecting the dots. When the next opportunity comes up that Lori's going to recommend somebody for, do you think she's going to think about Dave or somebody else? She's going to think about the person that took the initiative to connect and was smart enough to use the tools around them to figure out that one path. This revolution is not about technology. It's about us and our opportunity to move forward. Businesses have always brought us new ideas and new technology and ways to do things a little bit better. One of my favorite recent ones is Warby Parker. This is Neil Blumenthal. He's one of the founding partners of Warby. And what they do, they sell designer sunglasses. But their purpose is, for every pair of designer sunglasses or glasses that they sell, they are going to give one of the 2 million people on earth a pair that need them that can't afford it. Better than that, they do it for $99 instead of $400. Better than that, they do it online. They ship you 5 pair of glasses. You pick out your favorite frame, you ship those back to them, and a few days later, your new frames arrive in the mail. Companies are teaching us how to align with their brands. They have to be honest. They have to be completely crystal clear in what their passions are and what their dreams are and what they want to do, because if not, we have 10,000 ways to call them out on it. They are teaching us as people how to find our purpose and how to find our path and what to connect to and what to pick to. And it's crazy because brands are starting to be not labels anymore, but it's a label for who you stand for. We're soon going to evolve past that and start owning things on our own. We're going to start to visualize, and I don't mean in your head, I mean visualize by using the technology and tools around you that you're connected to, where you're going and what you're doing and what you're passionate about. That's what we have to keep. We have to keep dreaming. We have to remember what we're made of. And we have to own that path. It starts with us as the people. And then the technology starts to play a role as we build it and make that happen. I like to think a lot about where things are going, and I think we have to put ourselves first in our passions of what we want and what path is right for us, and how that journey, it'll ultimately contribute great to the world. But it has to start with us. But outside of that, how will it affect everybody else? Is it going to be relevant in 3 years? In 5 years? Is it going to plug into other things that are happening around us? Or is it just good to be on that journey because once you're there and you're picking a path and working on something and using the technology around you to do it, everything starts to arise. It starts to come to you. It's time to dream bigger. It's time to climb the mountain. It's time to jump higher and set goals. Know where your future is and come back to it. Live up to it. Because unless you start the journey to somewhere, we're going nowhere. Nowhere's not bad. It's right now. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of pictures of food. But somewhere is pretty awesome. And pretty awesome is what we can do as humans, is what we can do with the technology and tools that we have right now, because it is more than ever that are out there to help us and to help us move forward. My personal passion, my path, is connection. I'm a little crazy about it. I love it. I love connecting people and brands and ideas and movements and passions. How do we help each other better? Whether it's technology or each other. I love when I first meet people, or even if I've been meeting with people for a long time, whether it's personal or professional, in meetings or dinner, I love as we're kind of closing to sit back and ask them, what are you working on? How can I help you? Sadly, a lot of people don't have the answer yet. We're still stuck in, hey, what do you do? I don't know, what's it really matter what I do? Why should be asking, what are you working on? What are you passionate about? How can I help you with that? And as soon as you start asking people what I can help you with, they're going to go home and think about it. They're going to go home and be like, what could they help me with? Is it crazy they have nothing he could help me with? That's nuts. Like, I'm not working on anything, I guess. I'm just going to work every day. And that's the opportunity. You're seeing it right in front of us every day. So as we wrap up and think about this idea of the connection revolution, now you know what you know. You can have anything that you want in 0.2 of a second. But I'll tell you, one thing is certain. No action will get you absolutely guaranteed no result. A lot of people try to start with the big end game and the big end goal. They don't look at the first step. The first step is starting to put it out there to the world, testing it, see who's around you, see how you can rally people. Surround yourself with people smarter and better than you that you look up to. Hang out with them. They'll make you better. They will rise with you. So as we wrap up, I want to give you an idea of why this idea of revolution and why I think it's so relevant to the word connection. The connection revolution. It's not about the technology. It's about us. When I was looking at revolutions and learning, it means to revolt and change, I found 3 things that really popped out to me in every revolution. Was it the American Revolution or the Industrial Revolution? Every one of them had passion. 2 sides, one side pushing for something people believed in or rallying to change the world in an amazing way. Every person there that came to it had passion. We need that back. Number 2, every one of them involved transition. An amazing transition to a better world and a better place that was fought deeply by passion. And number 3, the most important, every revolution forever involved us. Technology, not technology, wars, it starts with us. And we are just in the beginning of the connection revolution and what that can become. So I ask us all, and I challenge us all to think and push ourselves. What's your path? Are you being reactive to it and just letting the fire hose hit you? Or are you connecting? Are you pushing yourselves? Are you pushing relationships? Are you pushing technology and ideas to make it happen and to visualize it and make us all better? Thank you.